Hello fans and friends across the universe, and welcome back to my YouTube channel From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith, and for today's video I'd like to talk about a song that's a bit of an oddity from Paul McCartney's extensive solo back catalogue, but of course it is a song that I love very much. It's the playful and peculiar Secret Friend. Secret Friend came out of the McCartney II sessions at the Spirit of Ranakan Studios, Paul's favourite retreat in Campbelltown, Scotland in July of 1979. And Paul said, "This is the album where I felt like the nutty professor in his laboratory." And it finds Paul free, playing around with the new technology of the day, namely synthesizers. And for me, it's Paul at his zany best. He was making this music casually and without pretense, and merely seeing what he could come up with. And what he came up with was the longest song that he's ever commercially released, a 10.5 minute trip. So the song starts with a wavy, trance-like synthesizer loop and another melody line coming from the keyboard. You hear the sound of claves clicking that offer a bit of a rhythm. You've also got bass, drums, very subtle, all creeping into the mix and adding layers to the track. You hear short jabs of funky guitar, and of course, Paul's voice comes in. I've read lyrics suggesting that the first line is "feel like you've never fit before," but to my ears it sounds like Paul's singing "feel like you've never felt before." Here we are, where are we? Cast adrift on some uncharted sea. I know we'll find our way, I know we'll reach the end. If you will say, you'll be my secret friend. This isn't your average Paul McCartney song, nor is it your average Paul McCartney vocal. It sounds processed, distant, a bit ghost-like. So straight away we're into a mellow, groovy, chill-out type track with lots of interesting little melodic hooks to keep you interested. Then around the 2:10 mark, the song gets stripped back to just the claves clicking and the drums before the synth and melody line come back round again. And then you also hear creeping into the mix these woodwind-led jazzy parts which sound great. And there's a second verse that comes in at the 3.5 minute mark. Night draws in, once again, as she turns her velvet collar up. A perfect day will end, if you will say, you'll be my secret friend. And the song continues and the loops go round and Paul does a little bit of ad-libbing, which is very good. And before you know it, you're 5 minutes in. And at this point, I'd like to say that there's definitely something uneasy and slightly unsettling about this song. Like you're riding a slow wave that makes your stomach turn. It's definitely weird, a bit wacky, but wonderful. And to my ears, the bass becomes more prominent as we approach the 6-minute mark and you hear all sorts of synth sounds going up and down, but have a listen to that bass bounce. And you also hear this lovely little vocal ad-lib that Paul does at precisely 6 minutes 8. Have a listen. Away. I love that bit. And the song goes on and you hear a lot more of those quirky little jazz parts which are so good. And Paul ad-libs further singing, "I need ya." A touch before the 8:40 mark, the second verse is repeated, and then there's a lovely elongated vocal by Paul around the 9-minute mark, as if he's starting to wind the song down as he sings "Feel Like You've Never Felt Before" once more, and he strings that bit out. It's really cool. Shortly after, the first verse is repeated and then the song slowly winds down and fades out. And as the song finishes, you quite reasonably say to yourself, "Ooh, what was that? Where am I?" This song is hypnotic and easy to get lost in, and easy to get lost too. I've been walking home at night listening to this song before, and I've ended up walking down the wrong road. Secret Friend. I love it. It's a hypnotic, ambient, chill out earworm. Paul's a groovy so-and-so, and he's playing around here, not trying too hard and letting his muse take him wherever it may and making up a good tune along the way. And in a 2016 interview, Paul himself said, "It's difficult to admit, but some of those songs, I've written them purposefully, avoiding writing hits, which is very strange. People hear that and go, why did you do that? It's because I think of myself a bit more as an artist. It's a strange period I went through. I wanted to spew this idea on a tape." Well, he did, and I sure am glad he did. I think it's absolutely fantastic. A quiet masterpiece. So that's what I think, but what do you think? How do you rate Paul McCartney's Secret Friend? Please leave any thoughts and comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for my next video sometime soon. Bye for now.